Take a deep breath in. Let it go, let it out. Sit back and relax and land in this space. Welcome and welcome back. I'm Isabel Katarina. I'm a Nordic medicine woman, a psychic channel and spiritual teacher. I'm here to uplift, inspire and remind you of who you are on a soul level. And first off, I want to say thank you so much for everyone who has been liking, sharing, subscribing to my channel, booking my services. I mean, you guys are amazing, and I've had the privilege to meet so many of you these last few weeks, and it is confirming everything that I'm channeling, because we have met in the astral so many times. Like, we are connected, and just doing these readings for you and supporting you guys is just confirming like how many powerful people that are rising right now. Like, we are rising right now, and there has been a lot of messages this all the time, honestly, and I'm really excited to share some of them with you and see how they resonate. So this is a timeless reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest for someone else. Like, you will know on a deep, intuitive soul level if this is for you. But one thing that has been very, very clear lately, it is that this is your harvest season. This is a card that's been coming up so much, and it's, you know, when you keep shuffling, you put back in, and you like, it's just like this message of harvest. And we are changing season here right now. I am still up in Sweden before I fly off in just a little bit, but I spend the summers here usually. And autumn is here in the northern hemisphere, and it is a time of harvest. It is a time where the season is changing, and it's not just here, but energetically it is changing for you in your life. You have entered a new frequency, you have entered a new energy. It's been a shift, it's been many shifts actually, and the energy of corn has been coming, and it's also for the Native Americans, and like, what a blessing of to have like a blessed harvest of the corn harvest. It meant food for the rest of the winter, and that is really what is coming up here. That if you have been going through some detours, or what has felt like detours, it is to bring you into an even greater alignment with the harvest that you're here to enjoy, really. It's been also a very kind of mystical time, even here in these cards. It is these birds here, the crow is here, and this last couple of days the crow was coming up. Like, I have several decks, and it was coming up in several different decks, which was interesting. But the crow, for me, and it might be like another confirmation for you, but it is, I feel like the crow in many ways is this guardian of portals and of different realms, and that he comes, it is like life and death. He represents the cycles, represents different cycles that are moving through us. So here he is. The crow is very mystical, very, very mystical being, and that is also what you are. Like, you are unraveling and uncovering mysticism inside of yourself, and that's also why you've been drawn to me and to this material and to these different messages that you're finding all over the place. And be very discernment with who you listen to and who you allow, whose energy that you allow to penetrate you in a way to influence you. I'm seeing just this very beautiful new beginning. The Ace of Pentacles is here, and the Fool is out. So you are really embarking on this new journey, and it is like a new journey of frequency, I would say. I have kept hearing this message so many times that heaven on earth is not a place, it is a frequency. And when I mentioned it in another video, so many of you commented on that. And exactly, like, you are working on yourself right now, and you have been working on yourself for a really long time, and what you have been doing is really been releasing the old, letting go of the old, old attachments, old ways of living, old ways of looking at things. You've been purging, and that's been cleansing your energy field, what is bringing space to you so that you can again elevate yourself into a new frequency. It's been happening, it is happening, it continues to happen. You have entered, excuse me, like a new, that is also a purge, is like this energy is moving, and yeah, you have entered like a new timeline, and that's what you've been feeling. And this new timeline is also bringing, in a way, new lessons, in a way, new challenges. But the way you have elevated yourself, you don't see it as challenges in the same way anymore. You see it as blessings. It's been blessings in disguise. Temperance is here. It's like you have realized that how guided you are, how protected you are, that you have angels on your side, on both sides. You're like the devil, you're like, no, like, no, like one angel here, yes please. Part of the angel is also this nature right here. It's a very beautiful, calm morning here in the forests, and I like to take walks in the morning, and the sun was shining and there was no wind. There was this mystical kind of energy this morning, and I just has felt a lot of wind lately. Like the last week I've been wanting to record this message, but it's been too much wind, too much movement, and I was waiting for this calmness, this collected energy to like land a little bit more so that the message can come through in a good way to you. You are holding the world in your hands again. It is this new energy of understanding that so many of the things that before felt like hard lessons have become these realizations of how they were blessings in disguise. And they're not disguised anymore, they're just like blessings right now. The star is here. Can't show her fully because she's bare. The death has happened already. It is really a new beginning. It is the harvest season is also like what makes a good harvest. It is when we have planted the seeds in good soil, when we have built the house on solid grounds, and we have talked about this before, and the purge that needed to happen, the releasing of all these different dynamics that wasn't working, all these different situations that wasn't working, and you've been having periods where you're just like, why are things not working? It's also been because you have not had the courage. You've still been purging old stuff that's been hindering you from really stepping into your power. But as you realize that you hold the power, you hold the key, you are the one with all the seeds, and you choose where to plant them. And you might have planted seeds on barren ground. You might have been throwing seeds on the asphalt, hoping that it would grow, and nothing happened, and you were wondering why this is not happening. And you have realized, you have learned this last season, you were planting seeds in much more fertile soil, and realizing that it was never you who were the problem, in the sense you have had lessons to learn. You still have, you're not perfect, and neither am I. It's not about that. It is about this knowing that if you are in environments with people and places that do not acknowledge and see who you are, because people can only see who you are to the extent that they can see who they are themselves, and most people are sleepwalking, and you know that too. You definitely know that too. You wouldn't have been searching for these voices here if you didn't already know that. But it's a lot of like new energy in this harvest season. You have been really watched. The dragon eye is coming. It is like this ancient mystery about you, and it's taken time to really unpack this for yourself. It's taken time to really unpack this knowledge that has been in your DNA, and you have had to release a lot for even this information to resurface where there was space again. But you're ready to move forward. The cheetah is here. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but is that right? Does that matter? It's time for movement. It's time to harvest. It is time to bring all your blessings into fruition. also the Three of Cups and the Three of Pentacles came out exactly at the same time, and it is this energy of celebration, of coming together, that you are coming out of the hermit mood. You're ready to, you have lightened your load, as the Fool has lightened his load, her load. There is not a heavy backpack anymore to carry. You're ready to collaborate with people in a new way. You're ready to meet the world in a new way. You have seen that you have so much to offer, and that you're calling in people to offer this with. And in the bottom of the deck is also the Six of Swords, and it is like you are not only here to bring yourself up, you're here to bring other people with you. You are really a healer, and you are a change maker. You might be a speaker, you might be a writer, you might be a singer, or all of those things. You're realizing that you are the niche, and that you are not needing to hinder yourself or hold yourself back in any way, but your gifts are really needed, with the Ace of Pentacles here showing up. So this mystical time is gonna turn out to be very prosperous, very aligned for you. It is really like you are here to prosper. You are here to align to your highest path, and your soul will never stop calling on you to do that. Like never ever. And when things are not working, it's because that's not the direction. That's not the people. That's not the job, you know? And if you're pursuing and try to push through the things that are not working, then you're not fully listening to your intuition. But you've been backing up, reassessing, regathering your energy, so that when you move forward, because it's supposed to be effortless, not in the sense that you're not doing anything, because you need to make the decision of moving forward. You need to register the company. You need to sit down by your computer and write the first page of your new book of this new thing that you want to create. You gotta contact the person who's gonna help you to build a website. You know what I mean? You're taking the action, but it might be moving through like a discomfort, and it's above your comfort zone, or what you mean, you are breaking the old comforts, but there is not like a resistance in there of what you meet. When you move forward, when you leap, the universe catches you. When you leap, the universe will be like, oh, there you are, I've been waiting for you, like, thanks for coming around finally. So this is really the message today, is to keep going, to keep moving forward, to continue to align and say yes to your highest path. The Priestess is coming out. How are you being called to step up and lead? I feel that many of you have been waiting for this alignment to happen, and the initiation of this is you coming out of the cave. If you've been waiting for the universe to bring you what you've been calling in, you also have to take the first step. The Fool here, she's already on her way. She's already jumping off the cliff. You know what I mean? But if you're just sitting around and waiting and hoping for someone to come and give you a big sum of money all of a sudden, and you haven't given anything, you know what I mean? Like that, like you are manifesting in all these different magical ways, but it is also this reflection of what you're giving. So I'm all about daring to take action, daring to align yourself and then take action of what feels right, how you are ready to move forward, not to just sit passively and wait. The great gathering is coming out. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, soul tribe. This reading is also a lot about your soul tribe. Like, you're not meant to do this alone. That's why also you and I have met, and just to reaffirm for each other that it's like you are not alone. First of all, there are people out here in the world that are understanding what you're going through, that has gone through the same things that you're going through, that has felt the heartache, that has felt the loneliness, that has felt the stuckness, that has moved through the addictions, that has elevated, and we did not give up, you know? That's how we are walking each other home again and again and again. So you have to answer the call, my friend. You have to answer the call. Answering the call from a space of from a space of deep, deep knowing, from a space of deep, deep trust, from a space of knowing that it's gonna be alright, it's gonna be alright, my friend, it's gonna be alright, it's gonna work out fine. This is your sign, this is your sign, my friend. Breathe out, it's gonna come to an end. The old comes to an end so that the new can rise. This song came to me when I was up in the mountains in Costa Rica, by the river, by this very mystical river, and this song was flying through me, and it was not just to me, it was just through me. That's also how the divine wants to speak through you, and it comes through play, it comes through joy, it comes through remembering the essence of who you are. It is knowing that you are ready for your harvest season. Remember that time is fluid. You are seeing this in the exact perfect timing. You wouldn't have been here if you didn't need to meet my frequency, hear this channeling, and receive these messages. But also know that, you know, some of the visions that are coming to fruition for you now, you have had them since you were a child. You have had them for years. You have known deep inside of yourself that you were meant for something bigger, for something greater. And the divine knows, the divine placed these ideas, these dreams in your heart for a reason, for you to be ready when it comes, for you to align yourself, for you to continue to move forward, to listen. Ear chakra is coming up, to listen to the messages that are speaking to you, and to go to the greatest teacher of them all, which from my point of view and what I always like to invigorate is nature. Just to go outside, like the door was never even locked. You can just go out right now, you know what I mean? Like sometimes we feel stuck in our own little bubble, not knowing that, I mean, it's not even locked, that's the thing. So visualize success and tune into this inner realm of your inner temple. It wants to show you, it wants to teach you. There are portals for you to open, and it is time, it is time, it is time. Okay, I'm sending a lot of love your way. It is time for me to go, actually. But I love you so much. Thank you for being here. And we are ready for this next level, ready for the harvest season. Yes, 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 yes.